Hey everyone, get ready to have your mind blown because today we're going deep into the world of AI and how it's basically like hitting warp speed on this whole genomics thing,
Yeah.
like cracking the code of life itself. Buckle up because we're talking about diagnosing critically ill babies in time to save them and even personalizing medicine down to your unique DNA.
Yeah, it's not even futuristic anymore. It's like happening right now. And the speed at which it's all advancing, it's pretty
Oh,
remarkable.
okay, so you and I were geeking out, like totally geeking out when we saw this new research.
Oh, for sure.
And I know you're super curious about how it all actually works, especially with all this talk about genome sequencing. It's almost like we have the instruction manual for a human now, right?
Yeah, like we do have this incredible amount of data, 100 terabytes from sequencing just one person's genome.
Wow.
But like imagine trying to actually read that instruction manual if it was like 20 million pages long,
Oh my gosh.
printed in a language you'd never seen before. That's where the AI comes in.
Okay, 20 million pages of genetic code. My brain hurts just picturing that. So AI is like our superpowered translator for this massive genetic instruction manual. That's wild.
Exactly. Humans, we couldn't process that much data, but AI, it thrives on it. It can spot patterns and connections within all that information that would take us like decades to uncover if we even noticed them at all.
At least that's what I find so fascinating. And I've always wondered, like, what kind of real-world impact does this speed have? What does it mean for patients in their everyday life?
Mm. Well, let's take the process of variant calling.
Variant calling. Now, that sounds a little bit like a sci-fi thriller. What are we calling out exactly?
Think of it like this. Variant calling is about pinpointing those tiny variations in someone's DNA.
Okay.
Compared to a reference genome. These variations can be, insignificant, or they can hold the key to potential health issues or even how someone might respond to certain medications.
So finding these variations is like having a personalized map for each person's health. That's incredible.
Yeah. And here's where AI really ramps things up. It can now perform variant calling 80 to 100 times faster than before.
Wow.
This speed is super critical when you're dealing with like critically ill patients.
I can only imagine. Time is of the essence in those situations. Can you give us an example of AI in action?
Yeah, so there was a case where AI actually helped diagnose 3 critically ill infants in the ICU by analyzing their genomic data. Because AI was able to pinpoint the issue so quickly, doctors were able to intervene early and save their lives.
Wow, AI was literally a lifesaver in that situation.
Uh,
That's powerful stuff. So we've gone from deciphering the human genome to using AI to diagnose critical illnesses in record time.
yeah, and it doesn't stop there. This technology is also making waves in diagnosing rare diseases, which have traditionally been incredibly challenging.
Yeah, I can imagine trying to diagnose a rare disease must be like searching for a needle in a haystack.
Uh,
How is AI changing this process?
well, it used to take years and countless doctor visits just to get a diagnosis for a rare disease.
Oh,
Can you imagine the stress and expense? But now, AI is giving us the ability to analyze genomic data with incredible precision, which translates to faster and more accurate diagnoses.
so what you're saying is AI is not just about making things faster, but also about giving people answers and hope, especially when they need it most. That's powerful.
Exactly. And we're seeing that same power being harnessed in the fight against cancer.
Yes, I read that AI can actually predict how aggressive a cancer might be based on someone's genomic data. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. By analyzing genomic data from, various types of cancer, like lung, breast, and colorectal cancers, AI can determine if a tumor is likely to be slow growing or more aggressive.
Okay.
This information is crucial for doctors when they're figuring out the best course of treatment.
That must be such valuable information. Instead of taking a one-size-fits-all approach, doctors can now make more informed decisions about treatment plans.
Absolutely. For example, if AI reveals a cancer is less aggressive, doctors might opt for, less intensive treatments, leading to fewer side effects and just a better overall experience for the patient.
So we're talking about using AI to make cancer treatment more personalized and potentially less grueling for patients. That's incredible.
Yeah, it really is a game changer. And it goes beyond just reading the genome. We're now seeing AI even utilized in gene editing.
Whoa, that sounds like we're stepping straight into the realm of science fiction.
Yeah.
Are we talking about rewriting the code of life itself?
In a way, yes. Think of gene editing like using a super precise pair of molecular scissors to like snip and edit DNA. And AI is becoming the guiding hand, making these scissors incredibly accurate.
I see.
This is where CRISPR-Cas9 enters the scene.
CRISPR-Cas9. Okay, that's one of those terms I keep hearing everywhere. What exactly is it in a nutshell?
CRISPR-Cas9 is a system that lets scientists pinpoint specific genes within an organism's DNA with unbelievable accuracy.
Okay.
Think of it like having a word processor for genes.
So we're talking about not just reading our genetic blueprint, but actually having the tools to edit it. That's incredible and a little daunting at the same time.
It's true. It is a very, very powerful tool. But the role of AI here is to make this process as precise and efficient as possible. And that brings us to guide RNAs or gRNAs.
Guide RNAs. Okay, jog my memory. What do those do again?
Imagine gRNAs as the GPS for our molecular scissors. They guide the CRISPR system to the exact location in the DNA that needs to be edited.
Gotcha.
And AI comes into play by ensuring that these GPS directions are accurate and efficient, minimizing the risk of errors.
So AI is basically playing the role of a superpowered gene editor, making sure that the editing happens exactly where it's supposed to. That's mind-blowing.
It really is. We're talking about potentially treating genetic diseases at their root cause, fixing the typos in the code itself, rather than just managing the symptoms.
That's the ultimate goal, right? To address the source of the problem.
Exactly. And AI's role in gene editing is still rapidly evolving. There are other exciting Cas proteins being researched, such as Cas12, Cas13, and Cas3,
Okay.
each with its own unique capabilities. Cas12, for example, has shown incredible promise in detecting specific sequences of DNA, while Cas13 targets RNA, which is crucial for developing new diagnostic tools and antiviral therapies.
It sounds like we're standing on the edge of a revolution in genetic medicine.
We are. AI is pushing the boundaries of what's possible, and we're moving towards a future of personalized medicine where treatments are tailored to your unique genetic makeup. It's a very exciting time.
Personalized medicine. That's a term I hear more and more. Can you paint a picture of what that actually looks like?
Imagine a world where your doctor can analyze your DNA to figure out the absolute best course of treatment just for you. This includes things like specific medications, dosages, and even predicting your risk for certain diseases before they develop. That's the power of personalized medicine.
So instead of a one-size-fits-all approach, we're heading towards treatments as unique as our DNA.
Precisely. And AI is the linchpin in unlocking that level of personalization. By carefully analyzing your genomic data, AI can pinpoint disease-causing mutations and predict how you might respond to different treatment options.
It's like having a personalized health advisor, but instead of just tracking your steps or calories, this advisor understands your body at the most fundamental level, your DNA.
What a great way to put it. The implications for treating diseases across the board are huge, especially for conditions like cancer, where treatments can be aggressive and come with challenging side effects.
Absolutely. It seems like with AI, we could move away from the guessing game of treatments and hopefully reduce the harshness of those treatments too.
That's the goal. AI empowers doctors to analyze a patient's tumor DNA to determine which therapies are most likely to be effective, leading to a more personalized and potentially less invasive approach to treatment.
This is already incredible, but I have a feeling we're only scratching the surface of what AI can do in the realm of genomics.
You're absolutely right. There's so much more to explore.
So you're saying there's even more to this whole AI and genomics revolution? I'm hooked. Tell me everything.
Yeah, just when you think it can't get any more complex, we're actually moving beyond just looking at DNA.
Okay.
One of the most exciting frontiers is combining multiple types of omics data.
Okay, omics. That's a new one for me. Break that down like I'm 5. What other ohms are we talking about here?
Okay, so think of it this way. If genomics is like reading the blueprint of a house, other omics fields are like seeing the construction workers, the materials, and the actual house being built.
Okay, I like that.
So you have proteomics, which studies all the proteins at work, and metabolomics, which looks at the tiny molecules involved in keeping our cells running.
So instead of just seeing the DNA instructions, we're
Yeah.
talking about analyzing the entire system in action.
Exactly. And this is where AI truly shines. It can weave together these complex data sets, genomics, proteomics, metabolomics,
Wow.
to reveal a much more complete picture of how our cells actually function.
So we're not just talking about more data, but like smarter connections between different kinds of data. I bet that gets pretty complicated pretty fast, right?
It's like upgrading from, a basic microscope to a high-powered electron microscope that can zoom in on the tiniest details of our cellular machinery.
Wow.
We can begin to see interactions that we never even knew existed before.
That's amazing. This kind of deep dive into our cells with all this combined data must be crucial for developing those personalized treatments we were talking about earlier.
Yeah. Imagine being able to pinpoint the exact moment A disease process begins at a cellular level.
Oh, wow.
Instead of just treating symptoms, AI can help us develop targeted therapies that address the root cause.
So we're talking about stopping diseases before they even have a chance to take hold, just by understanding the tiniest changes happening inside our cells. That's the ultimate goal.
It is a really powerful vision for the future of medicine, but, as with any powerful tool, it's essential to use it responsibly and ethically.
Right, that makes sense. We're talking about the very building blocks of life here. What kind of ethical considerations do we need to keep in mind as we venture further into this uncharted territory?
Well, one of the biggest challenges is ensuring equitable access to these life-changing technologies.
Yeah,
As AI-driven tools become more sophisticated, we need to make sure they're accessible to everyone, not just a select few.
you're right. It would be a shame if these incredible advancements only widen the gap between those who have access to the best healthcare and those who don't.
Exactly. We have a responsibility to make sure that everyone benefits from these advancements. It's also crucial to make sure people's genomic information is handled responsibly and their privacy is protected.
Absolutely. This data is incredibly personal and sensitive. We need to make sure that it's used ethically and responsibly with safeguards in place to prevent any misuse.
Yeah, and transparency is also key. As AI gets more complex, you know, it's crucial that we understand how it's making decisions, especially when those decisions could have life-altering consequences.
That's a great point. It's one thing to have AI crunching data, but we need to be able to understand its reasoning and make sure it aligns with our values.
Exactly. We need to work towards what's called explainable AI,
Okay.
making sure that the decision-making process is transparent and understandable, even as algorithms become more and more complex.
So it's not just about the what, but also the how. We need to be able to look under the hood and see how these AI systems are arriving at their conclusions. Otherwise, it's like blindly following a GPS without really understanding where we're going.
It's a collaborative effort. We need geneticists, ethicists, the data scientists, and healthcare providers all working together to establish guidelines and ensure these powerful technologies are used for the greater good.
It's a team effort to navigate these uncharted waters and make sure this technology benefits all of humanity. Okay, so we've talked about the incredible potential of AI in all things genomics, from diagnosing diseases faster to developing these personalized treatments and even editing genes.
It's a lot.
It is, and I have to admit, I'm also a little bit intimidated by all of this.
It's moving so fast.
It's true, the field is evolving at an unprecedented pace.
Yeah.
But rather than being intimidated, I think it's really an invitation for everyone to kind of engage in this conversation about the future of healthcare we want to create together.
Oh, I like that. So what can the average person do to actually be a part of shaping this future? Because it's easy to feel overwhelmed or this is all happening in some high-tech lab far, far away.
Right, yeah. It is crucial to kind of bridge that gap between, cutting-edge research and everyday life.
Yeah.
I think first and foremost, staying informed is key. Read articles, listen to podcasts just like this one.
And engage in conversations about the ethical and societal implications of these advancements.
Right, that's something we can all do. Educate ourselves and just be aware of the conversation. What else?
Support policies that promote equitable access to these technologies. We need to make sure that everybody benefits, not just a select few.
That makes complete sense.
Yeah.
We talked about the potential for AI to, truly personalize medicine, but it's only truly powerful if everyone has access to it, right?
Exactly. We need to make sure that these innovations don't exacerbate existing healthcare disparities. I'd also say another important step is to participate in research.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of institutions are actively seeking out participants for genomic studies, and your data could contribute to valuable discoveries that benefit everyone.
Yeah, that's a great point. It's easy to forget that behind all of these complex algorithms and technologies, there's a human element.
Absolutely, and ultimately this is all about empowering individuals to take control of their own health. The more we understand about our own kind of, genetic makeup, the better equipped we are to make informed decisions about our healthcare.
So knowledge is power, even when it comes to our own DNA.
Precisely. The more we all learn about how AI and genomics intersect, the better prepared we'll all be to navigate the opportunities and challenges that lie ahead. It's a journey we're all on together.
It's true. Well, this has been such an eye-opening deep dive into the world of AI and genomics. It feels like we've only just scratched the surface, but I don't know, in a way that makes me even more excited about the possibilities. Any final thoughts you want to leave us with?
The future of healthcare is being written, right now. And it's a story that involves all of us. By engaging in thoughtful conversations, asking critical questions, and demanding equitable access to these groundbreaking technologies, we can help shape a future where AI and genomics work together to improve the health and well-being of, all of humanity.
It's a future I'm excited to be a part of. Thanks for taking this deep dive with us. Stay curious, and we'll see you next time.